So let's actually start on our back, soles of the feet together, knees flop apart. It's also known as Supta Baddha Konasana. You can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. You can have your palms facing open. Anything kind of goes. Just feel. Feel your lower back press into the mat. Draw a deep, slow inhale breath through the nose. And you can exhale out through your mouth. Yeah. Do that again. Inhale slow through the nose to the back of the throat. Exhale out through the mouth. Now seal your lips and begin the powerful breath of Ujjayi. Inhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose to the back of the throat. And you just start to link your breath right now. Couple more cycles. Good. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a little squeeze. Give them a little squeeze. Extend your left leg out on the floor. Hug your right knee in. Yep, activate. Good. Switch the legs. The left leg, hug it in. Good. So you're going to lift the shoulders up a little bit and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to switch the legs and you're going to hover the foot. Switch and hover. Neck is neutral. Switch and hover. Give it a little squeeze as the leg kind of goes in. Switch and hover and make it kind of dynamic. Like the goal here is to just start to feel and activate. It's not super, super intense. It's just enough to start making the connection. Keep going. Yeah. Couple more. When you squeeze, you should feel the hip lubricate as the leg goes out, flex. One more on each side. And then hug the knees straight in, give them a big squeeze. Rock and roll a couple times, cross your ankles, step into a tabletop position. Yep, tabletop position. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. You can have the tops of the feet on the ground or the toes curled into the mat. Either which way works. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply, look in. Good, just like that. Inhale, sink the spine down and look forward. Yeah. Exhale, round the spine deeply, look in. Sitting in the car kills you. It's terrible. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply, look in. Good. Come to a flat back tabletop position. Curl your right toes into the mat, activate that leg, and extend it straight back. So it's like a half plank with the right knee, the left knee on the ground and the right leg lift. Yep. Firm the right toes into the mat to start, and then float the leg up so it's hip height. You got it. Nature here is that you want to kind of roll open, but you want to keep everything even and stacked. Neck is neutral, belly draws in. Reach the left arm forward. Opposite arm, opposite leg. The palm faces towards me, so the shoulders drawing down the back. Connect to your breath. Just look forward with your eyes a little bit. That's going to put the neck and the shoulders in the right position. Bend your right knee at the knee crease. Pause. This may be as far as you go. I know for me with my knee, I can't actually grab my foot. So you'll just stay. If you're able to reach the arm back and reach for the foot and maybe get hold of the toe, great. If not, you just kind of be in a transitional period where you're maybe creating the shape. That's it. Yep. Steer your chest forward as you anchor and lift the right thigh up off the floor higher. There, nice, Allie. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Feel. Hand and knee come to the ground. Good. Extend the left leg into the mat. Curl the toes into the mat. Feel. Activate the quadricep, the hamstring, the glute, the calf. Float the left leg up so it's about hip height. The navel draws in and you just find balance and symmetry. Reach the right arm forward. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. It's funny because this is like a really great way to start the practice because it's grounding. It's just working on balance and breath, a little bit of coordination. Grow a little longer, and then bend at the left knee crease. Pause because each side of the body is different. Reach back with the right arm like you're swimming. Maybe the hand and the foot will make a connection. If not, just create the shape. Steer the chest forward, fire up that left thigh, kick back into the hand so you get a little bit of a heart opener and a psoas hip opener here. Breathe. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Grow a little bit longer. Hand and knee come down. Tabletop position. Good. Curl the toes into the mat if they're not already curled. Lift the knees and hover the knees about an inch or two from the mat. Perfect. Very slowly start to lift your hips up and back, draw the navel in, and start to arrive into your first dog. Most of us probably need to walk it out a little bit. It's a little bit too tight and short. To kind of play with that a little bit, we call it walking the dog. Yeah. Pedal it out, let the head, we can wag the tail. Good. And then find a moment of stillness. Just be. Awesome. Hands are about shoulder width distance. Feet are about hips width distance. I want to make sure I was on do not disturb. I was most certainly going to get a phone call from someone saying they were hungry or something. Right. Where are you? I'm bored. I hate that. That's the worst. Do not like that word. Roll forward, plank, lead with your heart and chest. Yeah, for the first one, generally you have to shimmy it forward a little bit. Perfect. Stack the body up neatly and nicely. Hey, listen, you can always modify. Your knees can drop here. You can support the pose. If something's going on, you're just not feeling 100% today, please listen to what your body needs. You might take the hands like an inch or two wider. Take them a little bit wider. Yeah. Then you're going to feel a little bit more broadening of the upper shoulder blades. And then with that action, there's a subtle activation of your triceps. The it looks great. I think the snow brings out a great plank in you. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's leaving the kids. That's it. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Nice. Roll forward plank. Modify if you need. Push up chaturanga. Find one that works. A lot of us need to drop our knees. Totally cool. Halfway to a push up that works. Your belly draws in. Your shoulders never dump below your elbows. Revisit plank. Uh-oh. Yep. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. We'll move now. Lift from your inner thigh. Awesome. Come forward. Hug your right knee in towards your navel. Give it a nice, big, juicy squeeze. Look forward with your eyes and step your right foot forward and through. Awesome. Come to your fingertips. You can always use blocks if you need. Spring to the top of the mat in one piece. Long spine. Hands can be on your shins. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Yep. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Right leg takes a big, generous step back. Plant the palms. Left leg floats up and back, three-legged down dog. Let's do it that way. This is a real Emma way to transition. If anyone takes Emma's class. Yeah, I haven't taken it in forever, but just, yeah. Come forward, hug your left knee in and up. Scoop up the belly. Step the left foot forward and through into a low lunge. Pause, activate, and then spring to the top of the mat in one piece. Long spine to prepare. Exhale, fold. Awesome. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag the hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. It's just movement and breath. You've landed. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let the head go. Long spine to set it up. Big step back with your left leg. Just make it real gracious and big. Plant the palms. Right leg threads back and through. Three-legged down dog. Awesome. There's a lift from your inner thigh. You come forward. You point your right toes. Hug the right knee back in and squeeze it towards the chest. Land the right foot forward and through. Step the left foot forward to meet the right, top of mat. Long spine right here. Fold in half, let it go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Keep moving. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Good. Big step back with the left leg, right leg. We got it wrong. Right leg. Jess was right. Right leg. This is why I don't do this. Right leg. Spring. The left leg goes up and back, three-legged down dog. Yeah. Losing mental power. Come forward, hug the left knee in and up, scoop up the belly, give it a good little squeeze. Step the left foot forward and through into a low lunge. Bring to the top in one piece. Long spine to prepare. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. This time you can step, or float through your vinyasa. This time you'll move through the push-up, then take your up dog or a back bend of choice. Great. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Press firm through your hands, activate your arms. Look where you want to go, step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine right here, fold in half. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up, keep moving. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare. You can step, you can float. A vinyasa that works for you. Halfway to a push-up, supported if you need it. Up dog, or maybe you choose cobra. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Do you feel tightness, Apu, in your back when you're an up dog? Yeah, so lower all the way and take baby cobra. Yep. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. It's not worth it. We've learned the hard way in life. Long spine. Just feels a little tweaky. It's cold out. Fold. Root to rise. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Again, arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. You can step, you can float, you can skip, you can crawl. Yep. Adding or subtracting. Yep, lower all the way. Slide the hands back a little bit. There you go. And then press back up. That's it. You're creating the same movement. It's just less abrasive. Let's breathe the right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Point your right toes. Come forward. Hug the right knee in towards the forehead and round in. You barely missed anything, Jody. Look forward with the eyes. Step the right foot forward and through. Walk it over a little bit to the right. Integrate that right hip. Activate that left leg and sweep up crescent lunge. So people. Oh, yes. So let's actually do this morning because I find that a little bit of joint mobility when you're tight actually helps. Yeah, cactus the arms. Straighten the right leg on track. Rebend the right leg. Drop the left knee so it hovers. Fire it up and straighten. So keep the arms cactus so you can get a little scooping of the shoulders. Let's do it again. Straighten the right leg on track. There's like a skimming of the hips as you do this. And then a rebend of the front leg. Drop the left knee. Mine only goes a little. That's okay. Fire it up. One more time. Straighten the right leg on track. Rebend into the front thigh. Drop the left knee so it hovers. It kind of aligns the low back. Fire it up. Sweep the arms up. Great. Take it to the floor through a vinyasa of choice. Nothing fancy today. You're just moving and breathing. The up dog should feel pretty good, or take the cobra. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your left knee in, scoop up the belly, round your spine. See if you could make a connection here. Look forward, step the left foot forward and through. Walk it enough over to the left so your hips are hips width distance. Left hip hugs in, back leg strong, rise, high lunge. Cactus the arms. We might have just traveled to Ibiza. I'm not sure what's happening with the playlist. Straighten the left leg on track. Rebend the front thigh. I'm not really sure. Soften the right knee so it hovers. You got it. Straighten it up. Straighten the left leg on track. Scoop up the belly. Rebend it. Drop the right knee so it hovers a little. You don't have to go far. fire it up. One more time. Straighten the right leg on track. Rebend. Hover the left knee, the right knee, excuse me. Straighten it up. Good. Pause and straighten your arms straight up towards the sky. Take it to the floor, plank. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog to pull you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Step the right foot forward, turn the back foot on a strong angle, rise, warrior one. Sorry, bye-bye. Take it to the floor, plank position, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Land the left foot forward, back foot turns, rise. Just clean first warrior. Anchor that back foot. The back leg is trumps the pose. There you go. Take it to the floor, plank position. When you hit the plank, decide what you need today. Push-ups are great if they feel good in your body. Up dog is awesome. We're off to the other. Downward facing. Look where you want to go. Here we go. Let's step, float, skip, get to the top. Long spine on the in. Exhale, fold. Let's hit our chair pose, feet together or separated. Block in between the thighs is helpful. Arms any direction that works for you right now. Weight is in the heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. We're going to do 3 sun Bs together. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Weight in the heels, chair pose, looping it all together. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. You can step, you can float. Move through a vinyasa. Up dog, nice. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns. On your breath, you move. Warrior one. To the floor we go. This is it's like a cleanse. Yeah, just kind of cleanse your body and your mind through the vinyasa. The left foot lands on your ready, on your beat. Rise. Take it to the floor, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float. Let's get to the top. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose immediately. Weight moves into your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels. Chair. Let's sit deep. Dive over, bend knees. Forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through a vinyasa. Upward facing, smooth. Lead with your chest. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns on your beat. Rise, warrior one. Nice, simple movements. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Upward facing is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Rise on your breath. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Upward facing is smooth. Press even through hands, tops of feet. Downward facing. Arms stay straight, firm through your hands. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Land with ease. Long spine. Fold. Chair pose. Weight in your heels. Press up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Keep going. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward folds. Long spine to prepare. Step or float, vinyasa. Smooth transition through your back bend. Looks good. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Rise on your breath, warrior one. Now you're here. Chaturanga. Up dog, pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Rise on your breath, warrior one. Come on up. Hands to the floor, chaturanga. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Roll forward, plank. Yeah, plank position. Let's tap it out. Right hand, left shoulder. Right hand back down. Left hand, right shoulder. Keep the hips nice and even. Right hand, left shoulder, back down, left hand. Neck neutral for 20, 19. You can always modify. 18, 17, 16. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push up chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Step the right foot forward, turn the back foot on a sharp angle, cartwheel up, warrior two. Warrior two, come on up. Track the right knee directly over the right ankle. Roll that inner right thigh open. Find some balance in the body, even though the body a lot of times is very unbalanced. The goal of the practice is help you kind of, bridge that gap. Sit deeper into the right thigh, roll your right thigh open and anchor your left leg solid and strong. Pull the lower belly in and up, soften the shoulders down the back. Looks good, Zoe. Turn your left toes a little more forward. I know your feet were slipping on that mat, which happens to me with that mat too. I could practice one day and be fine, and then the next day I feel like my feet are on like a slip and slide. 2 more breaths. You got this. Awesome. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Let the side body open. Come back to warrior two. We're taking an A variation of extended side angle. So that for you could look like arm on the top of the thigh, totally cool, or hand to the outside of the foot, placed onto the block, any direction. The left arm straight up or up and over. If you have chosen the option of your right arm resting on your right thigh, just pay attention to the right shoulder and make sure it's not turning in. Yeah. See how we're doing. Looks good. Soften the shoulder. I have to do the same thing. Just soften it so it rolls back. You're good. Are we in a happy place? Are we in an unhappy place? Turn these ribs this way. Nope, the other direction. There you go. Awesome. Yep. I've deviated from my hippie music today. Yes. 3 more breaths, guys. Make it count. Anchor. Breathe. You'll be okay. Warrior two, come on up. Warrior two, come on up. Take it to the floor through a vinyasa. Plank position, chaturanga, whatever that looks like for you. Upward facing. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Roll forward to plank. Drop to your forearm, so you're in a forearm plank. Don't clasp your hands. You can always modify with the knees down. These are forearm claws. It looks like this. Left arm or right arm forward, doesn't matter which one you do first. Forearm back down, arm reaches forward. Forearm back down. Keep the neck neutral, do it slow. Reach out, forearm back down. Keep going. Try not to move your hips, do it nice and slow. You got it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forearm plank, hands to the earth, plank position. Chaturanga push up if you have it in you. Upward facing. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Step the left foot forward, turn the back foot on a sharp angle, cartwheel open, warrior two. I don't know what your plans were for the rest of the day, but at least you know you made it count today. Warrior two, left side. You got the fancy mat, you look down and just make sure your feet are intersecting. If you have the unfancy mat, look down and make sure your feet are intersecting. Yeah. Roll that inner thigh open, sit heavy. So the left ribs have a tendency to turn back. We got to kind of spin them forward and find some symmetry in the upper body. Then close your eyes and just be here for a few breaths. That's awesome. Where do you hold your energy? Where do you hold your tension? It has a way of creeping up on us. It's pretty cool how that happens. Lift the palm, reverse the warrior. Let the side body open. Try not to dump into the low back. Come back through warrior two. Reach way out. You're hitting a variation of extended side angle. So that may look like arm to the top of the thigh again, or hand to the outside of the foot. Go outside a foot because it targets the outer hip. which I had a feeling we needed a little bit more today. Top right arm can reach straight up or it can come up and over. It's the same thing on this side. You want to turn your bottom left ribs towards the sky. Grip your left hip under you, anchor your feet, your legs, and reconnect with the breath. The arm that's reaching forward has power, has excitement, has energy. Stay with it. Right arm straight up, pull back up, warrior two. Try to take the bounce out. Warrior two. Circle to the floor, plank position. When you hit plank this time, lean on your right hand for a Vashisthasana side plank. Yeah, any variation you know you can hold and maintain. So if you're struggling with shoulders, elbows, wrists, you can always drop to your forearm. You can always drop your bottom knee down. Stack the two hips. Looks great, Jess. Top arm straight up or up and forward if you want a little more energy. Nice, Kim. Slow transition to plank. Keep the alignment, just roll to the other side. Yeah, just keep it all kind of zipped up and together. Any variation, whatever you chose on the right, you want to try and be consistent on the left. Yeah, even if one side feels like a hell of a lot better, which is generally the way it is. Top arm can reach straight up. It can go up and forward. Neck is neutral. So envision yourself just standing up tall. Yeah. Couple more. You got this. It's in the bag. I feel it. Plank position slow. When you hit the plank, add in the push-up if you have a little bit of juju juice. Yep. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. From your down dog, step the right foot smack in between the hands, turn the back foot on a sharp angle, find triangle from the ground up. Yep, it's a funky transition, but once you kind of figure it out, it actually feels great for your low back. Yep, if you need to come up and kind of reset the pose, that's cool too. Make sure the stance is long enough and wide enough to really find the triangle that works best. There's always a soft bend behind that right knee. The block to the outside of the calf, if you're choosing that, hooking in of the hips, a little bit of a lean back, but not in your low back, and the neck is always neutral. A little more breath, a little less thinking. Look down and step up into Ardha. Kind of zip it right forward. Use the block and see if you can just step up. A lot of times the balance gets a little rocky, so left hand can just come to your hip. Sometimes having that hand closer to your body gives you a little bit more balance. If you fall, doesn't matter, you try it again. You can try it as many times as you need to. Adding in whatever works best for you today. So some of us just work on balance, some of us work on breath, some of us like to bind. Some of us like a combo of all of those. If you are binding, the kick ultimately moves behind you, so you really are truly getting that nice front thigh stretch. Release the foot if you added in a bind. The transition together, okay, listen carefully, we'll be back to triangle. So if you have your hand on a block, you may need to kind of move it back. Yeah, so it's proprioception and trusting that the body knows where to go in space. Proprioception. There's a pulling up of the front shin or your hand on that block. Adding a little more in this final few breaths of this triangle, the left arm can wrap up and forward. The left arm can wrap up and forward, and that's going to kind of give you an ultimately great stretch to that left side of the body. Perfect. Watch that the right shoulder doesn't turn in. Eyes go to the floor and we circle it right down, plank position. When you hit this plank, halfway to your push-up of choice, back bend, up dog, or cobra, pick your poison. Hips go up and back, downward facing, kind of keeping the mindset of the movement. The left foot just steps seamlessly forward. The back foot turns. And from the ground up, you find your triangle. Yeah, that was a great transition, Karen. Good. And if you need to come up and reset, no problem at all. Your hands on a block, it's to the outside of the calf. There's a turning of your left ribs towards me and a little lean back, but you're not in your lower back. So you really have to zip up your legs. So you're controlling the pose with your breath and with your attention to the breath. That's the meditation. Keeping it all together, you just look down and you step right up in one motion. Ardha. Ardha. Yep, the block moves enough forward and over to the left that you kind of find your sweet spot. The left foot is forward, the left hip grips in. The right leg lifts hip height. Sometimes it takes a beat, 2 beats, 12 beats to kind of get you in. Add in what you need. Soften behind the knee, add in the bind, work on the balance. Keep it basic. If you are kicking, the kick goes behind you. And then there's a turning of those bottom ribs. Nice. Looks really good. Stay for a few more. Regular Ardha if you added any funny business. And then kind of pin the step back. Nice and slow, triangle pose. Yeah. And then you kind of yawn it out a little bigger, and maybe that top arm wraps up and forward, and you feel across the entire right side of that body. It's pretty awesome. Keep turning those bottom ribs, zipping up those thighs. Stay with it. The eyes transfer to the floor. The hands meet the ground, and you step to a plank. When you hit this plank, halfway to a push-up chaturanga. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold. Hit the chair pose. Weight moves into your heels. I mean, you're never ready for this one. Right. Drag the hands to prayer. Inhale the breath. Let's hook the elbow and twist towards me. I'm over here. And you don't have to air twist. You can air twist today. You don't have to go so aggressive. Be kind to yourself in your practice. Give it enough so you get what you need, but like also know when you need to back off. Zip up the legs. Make sure the left knee doesn't slide past the right. These look pretty solid. Open up your arms if you want more, or just be. A little more breath, and that's going to kind of fire it up, get it a little juicier. Pull around to chair. You got to stay in chair, though, for a beat, okay? We're going to wrap the left thigh around the right thigh, and then we're going to wrap the left arm around under the right arm. Yep. I know with the knee, I can't get my foot around yet. Yep, so don't worry about it. You can kind of do like a little plie where you're kind of doing a little toe stand where you're just kind of balancing. Oh. Well, it's all connected. No, far from it. Rather than yanking down, lift the elbows up. Yeah. The weight's in that standing right heel. Keep squeezing the legs, guys. These look solid. Unravel just your arms. Just your arms. You're gonna unravel the left leg and step into warrior one. Yeah. Warrior one. Warrior one. Awesome. Straighten the front leg on track. Step your back foot about an inch or two. We'll set up for twisting triangle. Right hand on hip, left arm spirals up, and then bring it forward, and you set up here for a nice solid twisting triangle. Twisting triangle can be taken with a block to the instep, or some people teach it to the outstep of the leg. I know for me, I need to be on the in because I find that my spine I'll like kind of lean the wrong direction. Keep steering the right hip up and back. It's kind of a hard movement to make. Sometimes you need a little bit of guidance. Let's turn the back toes forward. And you just walk towards you and you've made the adjustment. You felt my energy. Yeah, it's a threat. Move your foot. When you stack open the right arm, only do it if the shoulder feels good. Yeah. So he looks good. Anchor the legs, scissor the inner thighs together. Alignment looks good, Jess. 2 more breaths. You okay? Right hand to the floor. Pause. Step to the top of the mat, feet together or separated, however you take chair. Long spine on the in. This is like glue right now. Exhale, fold. Now we sit chair pose. Welcome to the left side. Chair pose. We got to trick the mind. Drag the hands to prayer. Inhale the breath. You're going to hook and go towards the mirrored wall. That sounds very Jersey when I say the word mirror. There's no judgment. My husband makes fun of me because he's from Queens, and apparently I sound funny. Draw and mirror. Mm-hmm. I make fun of him on his New York driving. Yes. Weights in the heels. You got it. Watch that the right knee doesn't go past the left. That's when you kind of need to say, is it worth it to go too deep or kind of back out of the pose? Spine is long. You're not twisting with the spine. You're twisting with your ribs. Karen, really nice work. Good effort. Pull around to chair. Hang out in the chair for a beat. I know it's not fun. Weights in the heels. Wrap the right thigh first around the left thigh as much as it's going to go for today. Then wrap the right arm underneath. Yeah. And if you kind of lose it, you just reset. It's fine. Rather than yanking those elbows down, lift them up because that's going to get the upper shoulder blades nice and open where a lot of us carry a lot of tension. Sit deeper so the weight's really in that heel. There's a squeezing of the legs, there's a squeezing of the arms. Keep the legs real solid and tight. Just unravel your arms for me. Then unravel the right leg back and step into a nice big warrior one. Yeah, feel your warrior one. It feels really good. And just get grounded in warrior one before you move on. Arms are nice and straight. Back leg is grounded. Straighten the left leg on track. Scoot your back foot in. The stance needs to come just a little bit closer. Left hand on hip. Right arm stays nice and big. You reach up and then you come forward. It's a nice bold twisting triangle. Nice work. So it's a challenging pose, but an opportunity to kind of regroup in this posture. It's powerful, but grounding. Scissor those inner thighs, stack it open. Oh, it looks really good. Alignment's solid. Yep, 2 more. Left hand to the floor. Step to the top of the mat, feet together. Long spine on the in. Exhale, fold. Let's hit the chair one last time here. Chair pose one last time. And lower all the way to the floor. Yep. You're going to lay flat down. I really like this core exercise. You're just going to go straight down on the floor. Legs go out. Hands will go behind the head, okay? Left elbow is going to stay down on the mat. So you have to really work on keeping your lower back, your left shoulder blade down. The right arm is going to reach back like you're swimming. And then the right arm and the left toes are going to meet or shin anywhere across the leg. And then you're going to bring it back down. You're going to lower like this. Now, if you want to amp it up, the right leg can float, obviously. For 20, 19. Keep looking up towards the sky to keep that neck nice and neutral. Perfect. Breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You don't have to go down as far if it bothers you. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Here we go. You could start with the left calf down, then you can float it up. You got it? I know it's a little bit of a funny, like you got to figure out kind of the movement. The exhale breath brings you up. The elbow stays down. There you go. Now you got it. Perfect. Here we go for the last little. They're fiery for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give the knees a squeeze. That was fun. I like those. Rock and roll. They are really great. You could put a little block under your lower back or a little ball. Rock and roll. Okay, Jess is like ready to go have coffee. She's like, okay, I'm good now. Cross the ankles, step through a vinyasa. We're almost there, guys. Downward facing dog is where we meet. She's like, I'm good. Yeah. So that's why it's good to start with the other leg down first and maybe just slow it down. You know, I'm very excited. So I have a tendency to do things, quick. Shocking. Down dog. Good. Step the right foot forward. Let's hit crescent lunge. Last standing pose here. Crescent lunge. Bring it up. You're ready now for this. Yeah, you can always modify with the knee down. Drag the hands to prayer. You're going to lean way out first and then hook the elbow and twist. The block, that little blue ball that I brought that one day, I don't know if you saw it, underneath the lower back is fantastic. It's a Pilates ball. I can bring it next time because it takes enough pressure off the back that you really work your core. I'll show you. It's on Amazon. You can have it by the time you get home today. So what's happening now is a lot of times that right hip starts to wing out. Hug it in, zip up the left leg, lean back a little bit, and twist open. Both hands to frame your front foot. Drop the back knee down for me. Slide it back. You may need to pad the knee. Use a block underneath your left hand, okay? It's going to go to the instep of the right foot. The right arm's going to peel back. You're going to be in a half little like setup here for a full pigeon. Mm-hmm. And then if you're able to, you'll kick your left foot into your right hand and take a bind. I know for me, that's not really in the cards. So here's the trick. See how her thigh is back on an angle more? I can actually do it. This is excellent. Yeah. So rather than feeling like you're grinding the joint, come out of it for a second, take the hands down, lift the knee up, and then see if you can slide the left leg back more. There you go. See how it's more in an angle? Then it's going to give you that action, and it may or may not make things easier. Perfect. Watch the left shoulder, the taped up shoulder, Karen, that it's not rolling in. I'm going to tape it back. Right hand to the floor. Yeah, you're just going to crawl your hands back into a runner. Yeah, we need that. And flex, and then fold, and then here you go. So what I want you to be is high up on that left leg. So now the left knee, Devin, is like that. Perfect. There you go. And you may need to use blocks. So when you stretch your hamstrings, just keep in mind one thing. You never want to feel it at the insertion point. If you feel it high or low, get out. The meaty part, yes, it's all good. Rebend the front thigh, curl the back toes into the mat. You're in a low lunge. Step through a plank, through a vinyasa, or right to a dog if you've had enough of those. Meet me in a down dog. Mm-hmm. Perfect. We'll step the left foot forward, crescent lunge, come on up. What was this? Grace Potter. Anyone know her? She's pretty cool. Yeah. Drag the hands to prayer. Drag the hands to prayer, lean forward a little, hook the elbow and twist. Yeah, so check in with that left hip. It has the nature to kind of wing out on us, especially as we fatigue. Yeah, back leg needs to zip up. So that's why sometimes it's not even worth it. You have to modify with either air twisting or dropping the knee. Perfect. Lean back a little more, Allie. There you go. And Mark is king. I didn't even realize that I put this in. This is a good song. Two more. Nice work, guys. Hands to frame your front foot. Pause. Good. Drop the back knee down. And just when you drop it down, make sure it's on a nice angle. So slide it back a little more. You got it. Right hand to the floor. I like a block because my shoulder's tight. And then peel the left arm back. Listen, that could be where you stay. You don't have to get hold of the foot unless it works for you today. Great. If you get hold of the foot, that's great. If not, you just stay kind of in the in-between place, which is awesome. Watch that right shoulder doesn't rotate all the way in. Two more. Release, both hands to frame the front foot, and you're just going to crawl back. So the right leg straight up and down. You give yourself a solid hamstring stretch. This is more of the runner's hamstring stretch. Flex the toes, maybe prop the blocks underneath. That's going to bring the blocks a little more forward. Yeah, and then lead a little with your chest so you feel like you get a heart opener. Yeah, you okay? We're all mangled up. Yeah, perfect. Rebend the front thigh, curl the right toes into the mat, lift the knee. Step through one last vinyasa this morning. One last vinyasa. The up dog pulls you nice and smooth through your body. The hips go up and back, down dog. This won't be so long, but I want you to sweep your right knee forward to a half pigeon. Yep, because I want that outer hip and piriformis to get a nice stretch. Perfect. For some reason this doesn't work this morning, then go ahead and just flip onto your back and you'll take this that direction. Switch, left side. Yep. You're on your back, so just flip around. Nice. Set yourself up here. Good. Come up nice and slow, guys. Lean onto the left side. Swing the right leg forward. Yeah. Lay down on your backs. Move your blocks with you. We're going to set up for a few little back bends here. So I'll walk you through bridge followed by wheel. If you want to use blocks, you can place one block under each foot. It's the same setup. Fingertips would just skim the blocks. If you prefer the block underneath your low back, that's also a great way to take it. Lift up, slide your arms underneath your lower back, clasping your hands or robot them. Yeah, if the back is tight and sensitive, having your feet elevated on the blocks definitely gives a little bit more. It's great. It's like a little massage. Try it. You're on your feet a lot all the time. I think you'll like this. Let's just a little bit closer. So it's just like regular bridge. You may need to bring the blocks and your feet like an inch closer to you if you feel like you're overreached. So the goal in bridge is to create space from your tailbone to the backs of the knees. So a lot of times when the feet are directly on the floor, you feel like you're compressing the lower back. You want a big opening. Exhale the breath lower down. Take a breath in. If you're on a block, just stay like with that underneath your lower back. Let's repeat. Big breath in. Exhale the breath. Let's lift up. Nice work. Wrap the inner thighs down and under. Steer the feet forward. Exhale the breath lower down. We're going to do one more. Yeah. Repeat or full wheel. Full wheel can be taken with the feet on the blocks as well. So I don't know how you feel, but kind of feel your way through. Giant breath in. Always move on the exhale breath. Let's lift up. If you're going to go full wheel, your chin stays close to you the entire way up, and then you come up. Nice. Steer the feet forward. Wrap the inner thighs down and under. Lift from the tailbone to the backs of the knees, regardless of which pose you're in. Take another big breath in. Lift a little higher. Exhale the breath lower down. Move the blocks out of the way. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a big squeeze in. Reach for the outer blades of your feet. We're going to take a little happy baby here. Lengthen the tailbone. Good. And then take the feet directly down to the width of the mat. Take them to the width of the mat and drop your knees over to the right. And so your right thigh is a little higher than your left. And then you can lift your right foot up and you can take it. I don't know if I can do that. I can't do that motion. But your right foot slides on top of that left thigh and kind of encourages the leg to drop down. Yeah. It's no good. You get old and decrepit. Imagine if we didn't do this. We'd really be old and decrepit. Yeah. Come up to center. Let the foot slide off. Feet are wide. Drop your knees to the left. So the left leg is higher than the right. And then if you can slide your left foot on top of that right thigh, kind of encourages the IT band to kind of melt. Yeah. Come up to center. You'll give your knees a giant squeeze in. Squeeze in real tight. And then on the next exhale breath, you're just going to kind of find your way into Shavasana. In the next 2 or 3 minutes, dedicate to yourself. Right? Complete stillness, rest. I know it's the hardest pose for most of us. It is the master pose. You can have your palms open, just receive some energy. Stay down if that suits your practice this morning. If you need to reconnect and come back to the world, take a deep breath in. Exhale it all out. Arms reach up over the top of the head. Give yourself a full body stretch this morning from fingertips to toes, from toes to fingertips. Hug your knees in towards your chest, squeeze tight. And you'll find your way up to a seated position, any direction and way that suits you. Sit up nice and tall, let the shoulders drop down the back, and just have a moment where you're still. You feel the effects of this morning's practice on your body, your mind, and your breath. Together, we drag the hands to prayer. We bow our heads. Attitude is the best gratitude. Gratitude is the best attitude. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Way to get it done, guys. My little snowbirds here. Glad you all made it. I will be here Friday, but classes as usual.